Hello Exiles, this is a generic formula showing you how to calculate stats in the game. It's a bit confusing at first, but I will try to explain how it works with critical strike chance. If you want to see your critical strike chance in the game, all you have to do is press the C key on the keyboard, then click on the skill that you are using, and make sure you are on the offense tab, then look down. To start off, we need a base critical strike chance. This stat can be found on your skill gem or weapon. For example, if you want to build your character around the skill gem arc, you can find the base critical strike chance highlighted here. The arc skill gem is a spell and has a base of 5% critical strike chance. Now, let's plug that into the formula. Then let's convert 5% into a decimal so we can punch it into a calculator. We just need to move the decimal 2 spaces to the left. 5% written as a decimal is 0.05. Assuming that you are level 1 and you only have one piece of normal equipment on you and you have the arc skill slotted, your total critical strike chance now is only 5%. 5% is pretty low, so let's say you want to increase it. As the formula continues, we take both terms and put them in parentheses. Add 1 to our increased critical strike chance, then multiply both terms. Now, when you start leveling up, you can grab certain passive nodes that increase our critical strike chance. Let's say, for example, we spent skill points in Doomcast, Assassination, and Trickery. Increased critical strike chance is additive, so what that means is that we have to add all our increased critical strike chances together. 60% plus 30% plus 20% is equal to 110%. Written in decimal form, that is 1.10. Now, let's complete the formula. 1.10 plus 1. Put both terms in parentheses, then multiply both terms. We get a total of 0.105, which is equal to 10.5%. So now our total critical strike chance is equal to 10.5%. The increased critical strike chance stat isn't only found in our passive trees. It can be found elsewhere, like our support gems and equipment. Now, let's talk briefly about additional critical strike chance. This chess piece has plus 1.44% to critical strike chance. This has an additional sign, so it counts as an additional critical strike chance, not to be confused with increased. So let's plug that into our formula. Adding 1.44% to our base critical strike chance will boost us up to a total of 13.5% critical strike chance. There is something else to consider. Say we want to use this support gem, Controlled Destruction. It will reduce our critical strike chance by 100%. Reduced is the opposite of increased, so we will subtract instead of adding. So here we will subtract 100%, which is the same as subtracting 1. As a result, our critical strike chance became 7.08%. So that pretty much covers the first two lines of this scary formula. But what about this third line? You will sometimes come upon a stat that will give you more critical strike chance or less critical strike chance. The important thing to note here is that more and less of anything in this game is multiplicative, not additive, like with increased critical strike chance and reduced critical strike chance. Let's grab our 7.08% critical strike chance and see what happens to it if we come across a stat that gives us more critical strike chance. Let's say we gain a stat that gives 100% more critical strike chance. 100% is equivalent to 1. Let's add 1 because that's what the formula tells us to do. Now, take a look at what happened to our total critical strike chance. Having 100% more critical strike chance just doubled our total critical strike chance to 14.16%. Later, if we acquired a stat that said 40% less critical strike chance, we would have to multiply again, because as I mentioned before, more and less are multiplicative. 40% less is the same as negative 40%, which turns into negative 0.40. Now, let's add 1 again. As a result, our total critical strike chance just went down to 8.5%. I hope this video isn't too confusing and that you are able to understand how critical strike chance is calculated. Thanks for watching, and please help me out by subscribing and liking this video.